Greetings. It's more than just a video. It's time for you to wake up. It's a mirror. And because you know the truth deep down, you will see yourself clearly today, possibly for the first time in years. You're not making the most of your life. You're preoccupied. You're disorganized. You're worn out. Something always drags you away, no matter how hard you try. One more notification, one more justification, one more day lost. However, let me state this clearly. You weren't meant to be ordinary. You weren't made to browse, question, contrast, and give up. You had a purpose, a burning desire, and a mission from birth. And you will die with your potential still trapped inside of you if you don't fight for it and don't focus. Look around, even when you believe you have time. How many dreams end up in cemeteries? How many times did tomorrow never arrive? How many people's lives ended before they really started? It's not simply a day-to-day. We have another chance. The cosmos is telling you to get up, commit, and go align with your objectives before it's too late. I'll teach you how to concentrate on your objectives. If you really put these 10 suggestions into practice, they will be more than enough to alter your focus, your perspective, and your future, even when life gets difficult. I'm going to show you how to develop unwavering focus even in the midst of chaos, so pay close attention if you're ready and sick of seeing others succeed while you remain stuck. And we start with the one item that makes all the difference. 1. Determine your motivation. Discipline is forgotten. Forget about inspiration. You can't stay focused on anything if you don't know why you're doing it. What is your reason, may I ask? Not the one you tell folks is fake. The genuine one, not the one that sounds hip. That which keeps you awake at night. The one that makes you cry when no one else is around. Perhaps you wish to please your parents. Perhaps you wish to end the poverty cycle. Perhaps you wish to provide your child with the life you were never able to have. Perhaps all you want to do is stare at yourself in the mirror and declare, I didn't waste my life. Your fuel is that reason. Because your brain will attempt to stop when things become difficult, which they will. And at that point, you must remember your motivation so strongly that giving up hurts more than continuing. A girl from a disadvantaged village was a real example. No internet, no electricity. Since she didn't have a lamp at home, she studied under a street light. Her career goal was to become a doctor. Why? Due to the death of her mother. Not from an illness, but rather from a lack of funds to get to a hospital. Thus, she committed to herself. I will never allow poverty to claim the life of another mother. And whenever she wanted to give up, whenever her body felt exhausted, she recalled the face of her mother. That was why she did it. She used that as fuel. She also saves lives today. Now, ask yourself why you did it. Write it, say it, and experience it. Because without it, concentration will falter. However, it turns you into a machine. Motivation is not necessary for you. You move because your motivation outweighs your suffering. 2. Pay attention to the most crucial duty. The majority of individuals don't fail because they are lazy, let's face it. They are too busy doing the wrong things, which is why they fail. You make to-do lists, tidy your desk, check your email, and scroll. However, none of those help you get closer to your objective. This is the reality. An hour of concentrated work on the most crucial task is more valuable than 10 hours of haphazard work. What therefore ought one to do? Ask this question every morning before you touch your phone. What would be the one thing I could do today that would help me get closer to my dream? Then just do it. No excuses, no multitasking, no distractions. This is the birthplace of greatness and is referred to as deep work. For instance, a man who was employed as a security guard. No money, no assistance, night shifts. However, he learned coding every night from 2 to 4 a.m. Only one skill, one thing. He concentrated while others watched movies. He constructed while others slept. He left the position 2 years later. He is now a software engineer as a result of his unwavering daily focus on the most crucial work. Therefore, you must question yourself if you are being effective or just busy. Do you like the appearance of progress or the actual thing? Because a person who concentrates on the one important thing every day will always outperform someone who does 50 pointless things. Bruce Lee once stated, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." This demonstrates the effectiveness of giving one major task your whole attention each day. 3. Decide what your top priorities are. I'll be honest with you. Most people don't become fatigued from doing too much. They are overdoing the wrong things, which is why they are exhausted. You claim to wish to achieve success. You claim to want to concentrate on your objectives. However, when we examine your day, it is filled with everything but your objective. You respond to every message. You accept all plans. You act only to please other people. Except for yourself, you delight everyone. And dreams die like this. Distraction, rather than failure. What does it really mean to set priorities? It means you start safeguarding the things that really matter and stop treating everything as significant. It involves asking oneself if this task is keeping you occupied or if it is helping you move closer to your objective. Allow me to demonstrate something potent to you. Grab a pen. Sketch 3 circles. First, write down everything you wish to do in the first circle. Second, write down your daily activities in the second circle. 3. Write your objective in the third circle. Compare them now. You will never reach your goal if your daily actions do not align with it. It's not magic. It's a math problem, not fate. Like all successful people, you have 24 hours. But more often than not, they say no. They don't waste time establishing their worth to other people. They don't pursue every possibility. They devote all of their resources to pursuing a single goal. Steve Jobs once stated, "People think focus means saying yes to the thing you want to do, but it actually means saying no to 100 other things." Here is what you must do at this moment. Put your top 3 priorities in writing. Stop apologizing for concentrating on your dreams and get rid of anything that isn't helping them. You don't have to complete everything. All you have to do is what is important each and every day. Because your ambitions become a whisper when your life is full of noise. However, your objective becomes a roar when you cut the noise. Determine how much time you have. This part has transformed lives, so I want you to pay close attention to it. You claim to be time constrained, but in reality, you have no idea where your time is going. Let's take a little test. Assume that your life is a portfolio. You are allotted 24 hours per day. 1440 minutes, that is 86,400 seconds, to be exact. Additionally, you spend it on something every second. Here's the twist, though. Time is something you can never get back. It's gone forever once it's gone. Tell me now, where did you spend your time yesterday? How much time do you spend on social media? How long does it take to discuss other people's lives? How many minutes are spent waiting, comparing, and overanalyzing? You're wasting your time, even though you believe you're stuck. I'll give you a detailed example from the actual world. One man works 12 hours a day. He has 2 children. Every day, he travels for 2 hours. However, he sits with a notebook every night after putting his children to sleep. He learns, he builds, he writes. Just 1 evening hour. 5 years later, however, that hour a day created a new existence for him every night. He got out of his 9-to-5 job. He established a company. He became free because he made use of his time, not because he had more of it. Where is your time going, you question yourself now? Using Instagram for 3 hours a day adds up to 1,095 hours annually. 45 whole days. What if you made use of that time to develop your dream, acquire a new skill, practice public speaking, work, read, exercise, and grow? In 45 days, you may completely transform your life. The issue is not time. These are your options. This is what I want you to do, then. Keep a time log for 3 days. Every hour, write down everything. Recognize your time wasters, including minor ones like 15-minute scrolling that pile up, in addition to the obvious ones. As if your life depended on it, block out time on your schedule. Put a timer on. Disable notifications. Shut the door. Put your phone away. Because it might be your final chance, work as if it were. 5. Make use of your power hours. Let me share a fact that was not shared with us in school. The power of your brain varies throughout the day. Your intellect is as keen as a blade during certain hours of the day. And there are hours when you absorb nothing at all, like a weary sponge. Everybody has power hours. Our brain functions at its peak during these 1 to 3 hours of the day. However, the majority of people squander those hours on irrelevant thoughts, emails, Instagram, and reel scrolling. They put their best selves into things that don't return the favor. They then attempt to work on their dream in the evening when their brains are exhausted. It doesn't work because of this. What therefore ought one to do? Find out when you have power. When do I feel most alive, you ask? When do concepts come naturally? When do I feel alert, focused, and quick? 5 o'clock a.m. to 8 a.m. is early morning for many individuals. Others see it as night, when everything is silent. Determine when you are at your best. For a week, monitor it. Avoid making assumptions. Look at yourself. As if your life depended on it, cherish that moment. Consider this. You lead a billion-dollar corporation as its CEO. Would you squander valuable meeting time discussing memes? No? Therefore, why not take your dreams more seriously? Set a timer, lock your room, switch off your phone, and block out all distractions during your power hours. Take the one action that advances your objective. Do it while your brain is burning brightly, whether it's writing, planning, learning, building, or designing. Because you can do 10 times as much in 1 hour of concentrated power time as you can in 5 hours of distracted work. Let us make it useful. 6 a.m. is when you awaken. You usually reach for your phone first thing in the morning. You scroll. You send a text. You respond. All of a sudden, it is 8 o'clock a.m. You've spent hours using your sharpest mind on things that didn't lead you anywhere. Now picture this. You get up, put your phone away, sit down, and spend 2 hours writing, planning, creating, and working on your idea. You're ahead by 8 a.m., before anyone else is awake. You've already constructed something. Your thinking feels strong, and you've already made progress. Utilizing your power hours has that effect. The best aspect is that you don't require 8 hours every day. Every day, you only need 1 or 2 to be completely focused. Your life will change if you follow this for 90 days. 6. The worst thing is procrastination. Let me explain. Procrastination is a serious issue. The habit isn't cute. I'm not simply being lazy today. It dies slowly. It is a thief. Additionally, procrastination robs you of your future every day. You don't feel it right away, though. It's not as painful as a punch. It's software that is extremely quiet. And for that reason, it is lethal. Allow me to demonstrate how it functions in the real world. You tell yourself, I'll start after breakfast, after waking up and feeling exhausted. So, you say, maybe after lunch. Then 4 o'clock p.m., okay, I'll start at 5 sharps, you say. 5 p.m. arrives. You're saying, I'll just watch one video first. All of a sudden, night falls. Your dream is still waiting for you when you go to sleep, unaltered, and in the same spot as it was the day before. Life goes like that. One justification at a time. Why do we put things off? Since we wait for the ideal atmosphere. We await inspiration. We hold off until we feel prepared. However, you will never feel entirely prepared. You will never have complete confidence. There will always be some resistance, some fear, and some doubt. Here's the reality, then. You have to learn to take action before you feel ready if you want to succeed in life. You will wait indefinitely if you wait because you feel like it. You will never move if you wait for the fear to go away. How can procrastination be eliminated? The 5-second rule. When your brain tells you, I should do this, move after counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up. Get the book open. Get the laptop open. Get your writing going. Start. Why does it function? Due to the speed of your brain. It will make excuses in a matter of seconds. Therefore, you need to take action before the excuses come. Make it incredibly easy to begin. Don't say, I'll spend 2 hours studying, say, I'll just open the book and read 1 page. Because the toughest part is getting started. Energy appears once you get going. Momentum increases. 5 pages are created from 1. 5 turns become 10. It is comparable to going to the gym. Refusing to lift weights is the most difficult aspect. It involves putting on your shoes and leaving the house. But you feel better once you get going. You experience life. Why did I wait so long, you ask yourself. Remember how much it costs you. You're not merely wasting time each time you put things off. You're putting off your dream, your self-assurance, and the life you desire. What would my life be like in 5 years if I don't accomplish anything today? Make advantage of that suffering and that undesirable future picture. Allow it to challenge you. Allow it to awaken you. Because being lazy is not the reason for procrastination. You break the chain when you confront your fear. 7. A healthy body is the foundation of a healthy mind. I have a quick question for you. Is it possible to operate a vehicle with a damaged engine? If your head is cloudy, your stomach is heavy, your body is exhausted, and your energy level is low, can you still concentrate on your dreams? Obviously not. Your first home is your body. Your body, not your home or room. And your dreams will gradually fade away if you neglect it. You can't carry them with your energy, not because you're lazy. Let's dissect it in detail. All day long, you consume junk food. Your brain slows down. Every night at 2 a.m., you go to bed. Your thoughts get foggy. Your body doesn't move. Your self-confidence declines. You sit for hours on end. You lose motivation. This isn't motivational rhetoric. It's science. This is the actual world. Your brain cannot concentrate if your body is fatigued. Your thinking is poor if your digestion is weak. Your head is full of noise if your body is overloaded with sweets. You may now say, I'll take care of my health later. Now let me just focus on my objectives. But let me tell you the truth. If your body quits up in the middle, you will not succeed. When your back aches every day, what good is success? If your energy is depleted by 12 p.m., what good is money? Now, if you really want to become focused and unstoppable, here's what you need to do. Sleep as if it were a superpower. Laziness is not sleep. It's how your brain recharges itself. Your brain retains memories, resets concentration, removes waste, and improves attention when you get 6 to 8 hours of deep sleep. Avoid browsing at midnight. Don't give up your intellect for Instagram. Like a treasure, guard your sleep. Every day, move your body. A gym is not necessary. Expensive clothing is not necessary for you. All you need is 15 to 30 minutes of movement, your legs, and your lungs. Stretch, dancing, yoga, jogging, and walking. Dopamine, serotonin, and other strong chemicals are released when you move your body. They boost your concentration, elevate your mood, and lessen stress. Eat not merely to satisfy your hunger but to win. Give up treating your body like a garbage can. Eat healthily. Eat sparingly. Water, natural foods, fruits, and veggies. Reduce the amount of junk, fried food, and sugar. You can't use a malfunctioning machine to build your aspirations. And the machine that controls everything is your body. You claim that you are unable to concentrate on your work, yet you haven't had any water since the morning. You didn't eat breakfast. Your lunch consisted of Pepsi and chips. You had 4 hours of sleep. How can a brain that is fatigued, malnourished, and dehydrated be expected to concentrate? It's not you. Your habits are to blame. And as soon as you break those patterns, your brain will awaken from years of sleep. Therefore, don't blame yourself the next time you feel worn out or preoccupied. First, examine your body. Because you still exist inside a body, regardless of how large your dream is. Additionally, your focus will also be disrupted if your body breaks. 8. Strike a balance between your pleasure and your suffering. Pay close attention. Since this is where people truly lose control of their focus, this section is going to be extremely raw. The majority of individuals lead extreme lives. They either live in perpetual pain, overwork, stress, burnout, and despair, or they pursue only pleasure, parties, reels, food, gossip, and comfort. However, living at one extreme was never intended. You cannot remain in pain forever. You will shatter. You cannot remain in pleasure alone. You will decay. Here's the reality, then. You have to strike a balance between the two. You have to create a life in which pleasure serves as your reward and suffering as your instructor. Let's dissect this in detail. To develop discipline, one uses suffering. Avoid waking up too early. Junk food is something you don't want to refuse. You shouldn't concentrate on just one challenging activity. You're not interested in sitting down to learn. It's all right. Here's what you need to know, though. Your dreams will avoid you more the more you try to avoid pain. In the moment, discipline hurts. Later on, though, you get something better. Power, pride, independence, and self-assurance. Your adversary is not pain. An indication that you are maturing is pain. Thus, get used to sitting in discomfort. Adopt the mindset that, yes, this is hard, but I will do it anyway. Additionally, your brain gradually ceases to perceive it as pain. It begins to perceive it as power. B. Instead of running away, use fun to recover. This is where the majority of individuals make mistakes. They never sleep. They get away. They overindulge in food, films, and diversions after doing some work. Not because they are worn out, but rather because they'd rather avoid confronting their objective. That isn't fun. Avoidance is what that is. To truly enjoy yourself, you must first put forth the necessary effort. After that, you treat yourself to food, love, laughter, music, nature, and relaxation. You have to earn your pleasure. Pain takes on significance when you live this way. Joy turns into beauty. And you get something strong from this balance. Sustainable emphasis. Let's apply this to our everyday lives. Consider this daily regimen. Good morning. You awaken. You work intensely concentrated for 2 hours. In the afternoon, you breathe, move, and eat healthily. You labor hard for an additional hour in the evening. At night, you unwind, watch one episode of your favorite show in quiet, listen to music, and chat with a loved one. Now contrast this with waking up late, watching reality TV while eating breakfast, working with limited focus, being distracted all the time, feeling guilty at night, binge eating, and spending 3 hours on Netflix to forget about your guilt. Go to bed late. Which one is success, again? Which is love for oneself? Who creates a future? The solution is obvious. 9. Remove poisonous triggers. Let's start with a harsh reality. You have a strong mind. Your dream is still alive. You're not distracted. Your ability to think is being poisoned by the stimuli all around you. Even worse, the majority of these triggers appear to be typical. They lurk on your phone, in your routines, in your surroundings, and even in your interpersonal connections. However, they are gradually and discreetly destroying your ability to concentrate. Let me explain it in detail as no one ever has. What is a trigger? Anything that diverts your attention from the important things is a trigger. It doesn't yell. It murmurs. It diverts attention. It gradually depletes your energy until nothing remains for your objective. Triggers don't advise against pursuing your dreams. Just quickly check your phone, they say. Let's scroll for 5 minutes. Later on, you can begin. You must first unwind. In any case, everyone else is ahead of you. It sounds familiar. Now consider this. Your attention goes blank each time you hear or see one of those triggers. Your state of mind changes. Your motivation wanes. Once more, your plan was delayed. It's not your determination. It is your environment. Your attention is subtly captured by the triggers in your everyday surroundings. Let's be honest. These triggers are hiding where? The phone you own. The trigger that is most addictive. Tell the truth. How often do you mindlessly unlock your phone? Every hour? Twice? No. According to studies, the majority of individuals use their phones between 2,000 and 3,000 times every day. For example, I use it for work. However, monitor how much time you spend on screens. Take a look at how much time you spend on Instagram, YouTube, and other sites that don't enhance your life in any way. These are landmines of the mind. They are stealing your time out of habit rather than coercion. And time isn't the only factor. This has to do with mental clarity. Try reading a single page of a book after 30 minutes of scrolling. Try to keep your company plan front and center. Make an effort to think logically. You can't. Your thoughts are disorganized. You're in a condition of continuous excitement because of this. Where concentration fails. B. Your surroundings, your room, your desk, what you see, and what you do all matter. Your environment is either empowering you or dragging you into anarchy. Suppose you enter a room. This is what you can see. There are half-finished projects everywhere, clothes scattered, snacks on the table, your phone buzzing, and music playing. Tell me, can you actually sit in that room and work with intense focus? No? Because your mind responds to what your eyes see. Your conduct is continuously triggered by your surroundings. Therefore, your focus becomes weak, erratic, and distracted if your environment is cluttered, noisy, and stimulating. Physical clutter cannot help you develop mental clarity. And for this reason, intelligent individuals safeguard their environment. Clear visual space, a neat desk, a phone away, and a clean room. It goes beyond neatness. Neural protection is what it is. The silent energy seeps out when you see others. You must hear this, even though it hurts. You may be surrounded by people who appear innocuous, yet whenever they speak to you, you experience uncertainty, guilt, comparison, negativity, and bewilderment. They doubt your intentions. They make fun of your concentration. They make you feel foolish for putting in so much effort. When you're trying to concentrate, they send you memes. They also gradually turn into emotional triggers. Talking to them isn't a waste of time. Recovering from what they said is a waste of mental energy for you. Being focused involves more than just completing tasks. The goal is to safeguard the mental space that enables you to perform the work. And occasionally it entails putting distance between you and those who sap your attention, even if they are close. How to eliminate harmful triggers? Let's make it realistic and doable one step at a time. Start an audit. Grab a pen. Sketch 3 columns. First, what distracts me every day? Secondly, from what source is it coming? Third, how can I lessen or eliminate it? Tell the truth. Write things like Instagram first thing in the morning, an hour-long delay, a phone next to bed, difficulty falling asleep early, TV on in the background, poor focus, unsupportive friends, and things that sap my motivation. It becomes real as soon as you see it on paper. After that, it can be altered. Block or remove. Being flawless is not the point here. It all comes down to strategy. When working, put your phone in a different room. Distracting apps should be blocked during power hours. Make sure your desk is tidy and purposeful. Put on noise-cancelling headphones. Inform folks that I work from 9 to 11 a.m. Do not message unless it is urgent, please. In a sense, your mental environment is your most valuable asset, so safeguard it as though it were your last. Change the trigger. Triggers are replaced rather than just removed. Your mind will become bored and retreat if you eliminate all distractions but leave a gap. Thus, substitute journaling for scrolling, planning for gossip, quiet music for noise, and self-check-ins for comparison. It will follow if you provide your mind a better option. 10. Develop a fondness for monotonous repetition. Let's not pretend any longer. Let us be honest. Reaching any significant life objective is not glamorous. It's not thrilling. It isn't going viral. It's dull. It's also repetitious. The same habit, the same grind, the same activities day after day. When no one cares, when no one claps, when no one is looking. And the majority of individuals break right here. Because you were trained to seek inspiration, drive, vitality, and novelty. But focus, long-term, true focus. Silence, boredom, and the monotony of routine duties that seem little but add up to a fortress like bricks are the foundations of it. Let's be honest. In everyday life, what does repetition look like? Even if you're not feeling very motivated, try to write 500 words every morning. Despite your boredom, practicing the same speech for the 10th time. Even in dreary weather, going for a walk or working out. Even when your thoughts stray, keep opening your book. To completely comprehend a paragraph, read it twice. Every night, make plans for the following day. Even if it seems artificial. The dull task that develops brilliance is this. This is what most people do, anyway. They begin with enthusiasm. After a week of pushing, they give up since it no longer feels thrilling. I have a serious question for you. Did your parents look forward to going to work each day to provide for you? Did your mom put off cooking until she felt inspired? Did your father pay the bills with fireworks? No. They took action because it was required. Since they were accountable for it. It is now your duty to pursue your desire and your goal. Not your pastime, not your attitude, not your dream. You have a mission. And dedication, not enthusiasm, is the foundation of missions. But why is repetition so effective? Because your brain is rewired by repetition. You create a habit loop each time you perform the same job with concentration. You lessen opposition. You boost self-esteem. You generate momentum. What seemed difficult suddenly becomes instinctive. What was frightening becomes instinctive. What seemed unattainable becomes who you are. Athletes train like that. That's how artists become masters. Creators are successful in this way. Small daily activities carried out with insane regularity, rather than a single, intense effort. Consider the most commonplace activity, brushing your teeth. You perform it every day without encouragement, without music, and without recognition. Why? Since it has become a part of your identity. I don't feel inspired to brush my teeth today, is not a statement you make when you wake up. Repetition has made it automatic, so you just do it. What if you approached your objective in that manner? Suppose that pursuing your dream became as natural as brushing your teeth. No argument, no feeling, just the same thing every day. Your power starts at that point. Because you aren't working toward your objective when you want to. You've developed into the type of person that takes initiative, so you're working on it. The key? Being bored is a sign of development. Good if you're bored. It indicates that the difficult phase is being done. You are transitioning from a world of distraction and dopamine to one of mastery and purpose. Therefore, don't give up when things get monotonous. This is where I grow stronger than everyone else. Smiling, lean closer. Because boredom is the reason why most people stop. You win if you don't. I am aware that life can be challenging. I am aware that your thinking becomes weary. I am aware that there are days when you want to give up. But pay attention to me, you underestimate your strength. You're not by yourself. I'm with you. You have this channel. You're not a slacker. You're not damaged. All you needed was the truth. All you needed was the correct guidance, which you now possess. Don't stop here, then. Don't delay. Get started right away. Keep your focus and never lose up. You have a real dream. The future is waiting for you. And if you stick with me, I guarantee that we will develop as a couple. Together, we will prevail. One step at a time, we will transform your life. So, subscribe today. Come along on this adventure, and I'll see you in the upcoming video. Together, let's accomplish this.